trembles violently. The sky ignites in flames. The sea retreats, then returns as a raging flood. Some souls beg for death out of fear of dying. Screams rise from every corner. Is this the end of the world? But wait, the wind, it plays a pivotal role. The fire, the ash, they're not coming toward us. They're heading somewhere else, somewhere fast. They're heading straight for Pompeii. Pompeii, a Roman jewel on the southern coast of Italy. Wealthy, vibrant, luxurious, built on trade and elite tourism. A city of riches with advanced water systems, innovative architecture, and infrastructure rivaling modern marvels for its time. But beneath the glittering surface, the city was ruled by something else: desire. The city walls were covered in explicit, obscene graffiti. Wine and forbidden relationships flowed like water. And just nearby, Herculaneum, Pompeii's sister city, a mirror reflecting the same lifestyle. They called it freedom, not sin. They called it life, not shame. And anyone who dared say enough was laughed out of the room. But the mountain was not laughing.
There was a young Roman scholar, Pliny the Younger, only 18. From Misenum, 30 kilometers away, he watched the disaster unfold live before his eyes. He lived with his uncle, Pliny the Elder, a naturalist and commander of the Roman fleet. After the dust had settled, the historian Tacitus asked Pliny to write what he saw and how his uncle met his end. He responded with two letters that remain the only surviving eyewitness accounts of that catastrophe. He wrote, "There had been tremors for days before, which people had grown accustomed to, but that day, without warning, we saw a pillar of fire and ash shoot from Mount Vesuvius, piercing the heavens with terrifying force, branching out at the top like a pine tree. Since that day, volcanologists call such an eruption a Plinian eruption, named after the one who described it best." That day, his uncle, Pliny the Elder, launched part of the Roman fleet, sailing toward Stabiae to rescue civilians and to study the phenomenon up close. He asked his nephew to join him, but the younger Pliny, overcome by fear, refused, claiming he had a book to finish reading. Then, events spiraled out of control. Thick black dust turned day to night. Not a moonless night, but the kind of darkness you feel in a sealed room when the lamp is suddenly snuffed out. The winds carried that black veil over Pompeii in seconds. From above, the sky began to rain, but not water. It rained death. The fire and molten rock bombarded the region. Even in Misenum, pumice stones rained like hail. People wept, screaming, believing the universe was collapsing and that an eternal night had fallen upon the world. But after days, the sky slowly cleared, the light returned, and when they finally walked outside, the horror was revealed. Pompeii and Herculaneum were gone, buried, and his uncle, Pliny the Elder,
ne'er returned.
"17 centuries later, until one ordinary day, while digging a canal, the world awakened to a buried nightmare. Pompeii, Herculaneum, discovered beneath 6 meters of volcanic ash. Archaeologists found strange cavities in the solidified ash. They poured plaster into them. What emerged was shocking. Human forms, perfectly preserved. Their expressions, their clothes, even the curve of their final breath. But worse than being entombed in ash was the way they died. Scientists now believed they were killed instantly, consumed by pyroclastic surges, superheated gas, temperatures soaring beyond 500 degrees Celsius, rolling at 300 kilometers per hour, burning everything alive in a fraction of a second. Bodies froze in their last motion, many in shameful poses. Then the ash sealed the city like a tomb, preserving everything: streets, homes, bread in ovens, food on tables, ads for brothels, political insults, and acts that defy human nature. The city transitioned from life to death in the blink of an eye. Time itself stopped to show us what desire leaves behind. And the most haunting part was how sudden and fast it was. No one had time to flee. No one had time to repent.
Freedom is not doing whatever you desire. True freedom is choosing not to become a slave to those desires. It's doing what's right, even when it costs you, and rejecting what's wrong, even when everyone else embraces it. That is the only real freedom.
Do you really think they were the only cities destroyed for the same reasons? History whispers many similar stories. Different details. Same root cause. Desires left unchecked. In Pompeii itself, archaeologists uncovered a hidden inscription, faintly written in charcoal on the wall of a dining room. Sodom and Gomorrah. Proof that some believer had walked these streets who recognized the same corruption and sensed the same fate looming. A silent scream, etched on stone, a final warning that the end was coming, and history repeated itself.
But the question remains, do humans ever learn? Or does every soul carry the same illusion, that they are the exception? Thousands of bodies were found beneath the ash. Every one of them believed tomorrow would be just another day. They felt safe. Sure, they were the exception. And sometimes I wonder, what about those born into such a world, raised to believe that life as they knew it was normal? Would they have listened if someone dared to tell them they were wrong, that their way of life was neither noble nor natural, that there was a better path, more honorable, more human? Would they have truly listened, or would they have silenced him? Personally, I believe this entire event, from the sin to the instant death, to the preservation and discovery after 17 centuries, it was all a message, a warning carefully preserved across the ages for the right audience at the right time. So tell me, what do you believe? Is our world heading dangerously in the wrong direction? Are we repeating the same mistakes under new names? Will some pay the price in the years ahead? Or are we the exception? Share your thoughts in the comments.
If this story stirred something inside you, like and subscribe. The next episodes may just change how you see the world.